The University of and the Pima County Health Department are planning to use wastewater testing to hunt for COVID infections in off-campus apartments. These house hundreds of university students. Now the question is what they'll do with what the tests show. And here's 9 on your side's Craig Smith.
High-rise student apartments just off the university campus concentrate thousands of students in ways health officials fear could become concentrated COVID hotspots. Students in on-campus dorms are required to get COVID tests or they can't live on campus, but there's no rule to compel testing for students off campus. U of A is proud of its work to identify infections by testing wastewater. It's working on plans to test wastewater from the big apartments, but at best, wastewater tests can only figure out someone who used the toilet in a building is positive for COVID. Finding out who requires testing everyone in the place. University President Dr. Robert Robbins does not see U of A requiring that. County Health Director Dr. Teresa Cullen talks about it as an opportunity to encourage off-campus students to get tested.
We have historically used a cutoff of 10% in a congregate building that makes us concerned enough that we want to at least voluntary quarantine, voluntary shelter in place that building. As you are all aware, the county does have the ability to enforce mandatory quarantine. We have not had to do that yet.
The big off-campus apartments are in council member Steve Kozachek's ward. He says students are avoiding tests so they won't end up in quarantine, and says only U of A has the leverage to tell students to step up and be tested, or you can't be a U of A student.
It doesn't matter if you live on campus or off campus. As a condition of matriculating here, you're going to take a test. And they need to repeat that before these kids get on these planes and fly home for Thanksgiving, and require it again when they come back to campus.
Kozachek says the Tucson City Council is preparing to vote on a resolution calling for testing all U of A students. But City Council can only make that a request, not a requirement. Craig Smith, KGUN 9 on your side.